Hello and welcome everybody to tonight's fantastic dinosaur action, and right this way to lovely dinosaur devastation as it usually is in Explore on Arena. And I missed putting myself into the thumbnail, so I was trying to get the thumbnail around for tonight and came upon this lovely Sylvan Scrying art, and then hiding the nice little guy into the waterfall. And yeah, we'll hopefully fly into Diamond quite nicely, have a little bit of a good run getting into there. It's been pretty good today. I had a match on my lunch break and crushed a mono black opponent, I believe. But if anybody is looking for anything more in depth on this deck, as it always is, if you're new, there is a link to my primer in the description, the list as always, and the Discord. If you're not joined to the Discord, I'd definitely do so. If you like Discord, of course, there's a link to that. And yeah, keeping the list the exact same as last night to get a bigger sample size on everything. Kogla, the Titan Ape, still feeling very fantastic, still keeping with that a creature that costs 6, that only requires green, because as it is with Sunken and possibly a Stomping Ground, a Forest, and Castle Garenbrig, 4 lands in total. I make 6 green on turn 4, and then having a creature that costs 6 on turn 4 accelerated in a pretty stable way. Oh, that feels good, because sometimes I don't have something at the cost of Kogla, the Titan Ape. Sometimes it is just Carnage Tyrant, and I don't see a Carnage Tyrant on turn 4, unfortunately, and then nothing gets played, and it does feel not so good. Not so good. Will Kogla, the Titan Ape, continue to stick around? We'll see. I had the suggestion from a comment today about using Kogla and Yadaro, which, well, we'll see. Maybe splitting it up 2 and 2. It is nice to have some more artifact and enchantment destruction, especially if the opponent brings in a Damping Sphere, stopping my lands from tapping for multiple mana like I mentioned. Sunken taps for 2, Castle as always. Damping Sphere really does slow things down quite a bit. But sometimes I just get the lands that I need to get there. 7 total lands, 8 total lands. Clifftop Lookout definitely helps with that. Oh man, I'm still loving this, but I might trim it at some point. There's quite a few matches, quite a few where I just don't need this. I don't see it at all, and then I top deck it after I'm able to make 8 mana, and it doesn't feel too good. I only need to make 8. That extra 9th mana, 10th mana oftentimes is just dead, unfortunately, because it's one big thing a turn, accelerated out. There you go. Pretty simple and straightforward, although there's a lot of little things to consider. Sideboard wise, I mean, I'm hoping to use Polukranos Reborn today, transform it, possibly bring it in against maybe a more aggressive deck, and I have a creature that has 4 power, which is nice, triggering Vaultborn Tyrant, although for the most part, Polukranos Reborn, any cheaper creature, chances are it's going to happen and be onto the battlefield before Vaultborn enters. But still, it is nice potentially to have a little bit more triggers to gain 3 life, draw a card. That really does help stabilize, as it did quite a bit last night. Okay. Oof. Hopefully I don't face Mono Green Devotion, because that still is pretty darn painful. Watch it be Mono Green Devotion to start. It would be kind of cool if it was Mono Black Waste Not discard. Oh boy. That'd be pretty cool. Take them down twice in a row, like I did a couple nights ago. Yep. Keep both. Give me a perfect hand. Wow. Yeah, it basically doesn't get better. Commercial District is a forest type land. We got the Sunken plus, okay, well, mono red, aggro. Could mean we're dead. We would likely be dead if we had been on the draw. We don't need a Carnage Tyrant, that's for sure. We will be getting to 7 on turn. Okay, Rakdos, Aggro Sacrifice. I have been facing this quite a bit. I've heard some people say it's the best deck in the format. I think it beat me last night. It's hard to say. Everything does blend together quite a bit, and it is very nasty. Anything that is aggressive is going to be painful. At the very least, we should be taking out Slickshot next turn with Kogla, the monstrous rage, possibly on the Slickshot, or somebody else. Titan strength, yeah, everybody gets a whole lot bigger. The opponent had an absolutely nuts draw, and 8, mostly dead. Nuts. I did see Commander Crane's update. Yes, the traditional dinos, absolutely. Thunderblade, they are looking good, and hopefully everybody's having a good start to the week. And yeah, well, that's 2, 4. Guess we'll go with Archdruid's Charm, and we'll fight the Slick Shot and also be able to block Monastery Swift Spear. But other than that, there's nothing differently we could do. It's not like I'm going to start off with a sweeper in game 1. We'll just hope they don't have any spells that buff their creatures. But I do imagine that's going to happen. Probably. They only need to cast one spell, non-creature, and we're dead. Yet that does tend to do the trick. Alright. I don't know. Sometimes just lose. Unfortunately. Claim to fame, or claim/fame a non-creature. Brought the Slick Shot back, and then they were going to recast Fame for 1 red to give something haste, which would have, well, Slick Shot already had haste, but it was going to get bigger, and there's nothing else to do other than Polukranos, like I mentioned. Nice to have that. I'm kind of liking the Hornet Queen as well. Hornet Queen, of course, a swarm of flying Death Touch creatures does buy a decent bit of time. Trim Kogla, you know, it's something, but Polukranos can come down earlier. But yeah, I should go back to traditional dinos at some point. That is what it was for, I think, the longest amount of time. Until Lost Caverns of Ixalan gave us Ghalta's Stampede Tyrant, and then I kind of refined and continue to refine Stampede dinos, but it always traditional up until that point. It was pretty much, I guess, the best one. There wasn't a whole lot else that was kind of, I guess, at that level. And we'll trim T-Rex too. And yeah, that was the best start we could have kind of hoped for. Potentially, we could have made 8 on turn 4, dropping Ghalta, but that's just magical Christmas land. There really is not too much winning against this. Bring a sweeper? I could. What sweeper would it be? That is the question, though. Doesn't really do anything taking out one creature, especially with Claim to Fame there. Bringing back whatever creature I get rid of. The Slick Shot show off, I guess, is what they do. Maybe they're going slow because they want me to concede, because, well, they got us. I mean, I do like Polukranos, but we're going to be getting one. We have one in hand for turn 3. Sadly, we do have to pay that too. Have Stomping Ground enter untapped. But still, Polukranos, big body, block their stuff. I like the thought of that. Should be good. We'll see. Again, they could just make somebody too big, and I would imagine the Heartfire hero is going to take out Okay, yeah. Taking out Polukranos, and when it dies, dealing 5 damage to us. Possibly they bring back the Heartfire hero with Claim to Fame, and okay. There's there's nothing. We just die. Cut, how's it going? Hopefully all is well. Better for you than me with that particular match, and can't be strong against everything. That's for sure. Okay, on to the next one. Yeah, the cut, a fairly recent-ish iteration. Rakdos Prowess. I don't know what I would want to face more. Mono Green Devotion or Rakdos Prowess. Both are pretty rough. I would have to say I have a slightly better chance against Mono Green Devotion, Rakdos Prowess. I mean, the more deadly Mono Red Aggro or Mono Red Prowess with the Rakdos angled there. Oh, that claim to fame, I mean, it just 100% locked things up. Big time. Oh, they use removal on one of the creatures. Claim to fame. Claim brings it back. Fame for a red. +2/+0 in haste. Yeah, that is, it's painful stuff, especially if they already have some prowess creatures out. They play claim, just a non-creature, and then they play fame, and they just stack up all that damage and get somebody back, and everybody is just massive. That starting hand didn't look too good, and this certainly is worse. Okay, that's going to be it. Definitely send Regisaur and Vaultborn to the bottom. I would imagine we could have... Oh, is it Rakdos Prowess back-to-back? Or maybe Rakdos Midrange? Possibly. Looks like Rakdos Midrange. This should be good, especially with all the lands I have. I'm kind of wishing I had kept Vaultborn Tyrant. We still might not have gotten to 7 on turn 4, but you never know. At the very least, we will be getting to Carnage Tyrant. We'll see. Another Archdruid's Charm is nice. I say we just go for Carnage Tyrant at this point. Hope they don't have Sheoldred's Edict. Cross my fingers. Okay, well, that tends to do the trick. Okay. The opponent went first, and oftentimes that is... that's what you want to be doing. Hello, Solar Updraft. How's it going? Hopefully all is well with you. Better than right now. We'll exile the Reckoner Bankbuster and hope we give ourselves a little bit of a chance here. Okay, Clifftop Lookout is definitely something. I'm going to go with Clifftop. Hope to get a Sunken Citadel. I have a big creature that could block the Archfiend of the Dross, although I would imagine that they probably have removal for Clifftop, and we're probably just dead, especially with the Graveyard Glutton possibly draining us. I think it does have to exile a creature from a graveyard to make us lose 1 life. It can exile 2 things. If they take out Cliff... Okay, yeah, no, that's... no, we're not coming back from that. Alright. 2 different Rakdos decks. Do I want Hornet Queen? Not so much with Archfiend of the Dross. That has the ability... Whenever a creature we control dies, we lose 2 life, and Hornet Queen being 5 creatures, 5 not so big creatures, makes me a little bit worried. Not so fun. No. But it isn't Rakdos Prowess, so that's definitely better. Okay. Don't imagine the opponent has anything too much to worry about. Hopefully I don't have to mulligan too many times, but as I think many of you guys have witnessed, mulliganing can go pretty well if you have to do it a bunch. Even keeping 4, still pretty good. Eventually. Probably bringing in a bunch more removal. Maybe thinking that I have a bunch of small creatures, which is not really the case. If they remove Clifftop Lookout, perfectly fine. It doesn't really matter too much because we already get the benefit. It enters, you get a land onto the battlefield. That's the main thing. And it could be good. Taking away the opponent's maybe only piece of removal. It might mean Palani's Hatcher or Regisaur Alpha survives when the stuff drops. Everybody drops with Ghalta Stampede Tyrant. Right. Okay, something good, something good. Oh, yeah, nope, that's not going to do it. That's also not going to do it. Okay, well, we got there. We definitely did. Regisaur and Ghalta to the bottom. Play it as safe as possible. Hope to go off with Archdruid's Charm. Well, I got another one. Coming up, good stuff. Play that Thoughtseize. Do it. Do it. Or Duress. Hopefully they don't have another Thoughtseize, but certainly Commercial District, Commercial... Oh, Clifftop Lookout. Well, look out, opponent. Because at the very least I will be playing something. Should it be Clifftop? I'm going to go with Clifftop. Clifftop can only ever enter and get a Sunken, which is what Archdruids would have got. Oh my goodness. That's what it's all about. That's what it's all about. Wow. It's very nice. Again, Archdruids could exile an artifact or an enchantment or grab a creature or fight somebody, or you just play Carnage Tyrant. And you have the Clifftop, so you're insulated against Sheoldred's Edict at least. They could attack and sacrifice the treasure from that goblin token, take out Clifftop, then cast Sheoldred's Edict. Hopefully that doesn't happen, but make them squirm a little bit by playing that Carnage Tyrant and continue to preserve Archdruid's Charm. I would imagine they're going to want to do stuff to my stuff this turn, and Archdruid should stick around. Hopefully. I don't think that goblin's going to attack. Oh, oof, Ghalta as well. Very nice indeed. We'll search for a Vaultborn Tyrant. I could certainly search for a land, but there's many more lands in the deck than Vaultborn. So there's a good chance to draw another land. That's what I'm getting at. I only need one more land, and I don't need more than that. I can make 7 at the moment. Vaultborn, gain some life, draw into the land, play Ghalta. I could draw another land for the turn if I used Archdruid's Charm to grab that, and then Ghalta. Okay, fine. I'll go with... Don't want to kill somebody. You know what, I'm just going to kill the Graveyard Glutton. Yes, I'm sure. I'll just pay the ward, which go blank was going to make me... Now I'm discarding nothing. There. That's what you get. Hopefully that helps, but well, I'll take 2. Again, keep Clifftop Lookout. Preserve it. Just in case they have something that makes me sacrifice a creature. Oh, the lovely Regisaur Alpha. Beautiful stuff indeed. It's time for Ruthless Aggression, though. Yeah, everybody. Everybody. I like it. As much damage as possible. We're at a pretty healthy 18. I would think I'm somewhat safe. I was thinking maybe the Harvester might block the Goblin, but it does appear that Reflection will want to copy the Blood Tithe Harvester. That copy will sacrifice and take out Regisaur Alpha, and then they might go with Sheoldred's Edict, because I wouldn't have any other non-token creatures at the moment there. Or Reflection copies Arcfiend, which would be pretty painful. A Vaultborn Tyrant, Tyrranax Rex. Any of those next turn would be good. Oh, well, speaking of, hashtag pre-recorded. There you go. There you go. Is that going to be it, though? Again, remember, Reflection, Arcfiend. We'll see. Got to be as aggressive as possible, but yeah. They would have made a copy of Arcfiend at the end of our turn if we hadn't attacked. This is what has to happen. Yeah, they have to... Yeah, well, okay, we're taking out everybody. Good. Good. And they're still dead. Yeah. They're still dead. You got to deal with Regisaur. Watch out. They could have removal for Regisaur, go for the throat or something like that. But they gotta think about it. All the Archfiends have to block, so I think that is a pretty good positive. We would lose quite a bit of life, but still, this is the best outcome. I would have died next turn. They would have made a copy of Archfiend at the end of my turn, and then the Archfiend would have stuck around, and well, it just wouldn't have been good. I just don't know how they think there's a way out of this. There's not. Good, okay. I was thinking they might have something up their sleeve. They had possible 2 mana, but I like Kogla. Entering, fighting, taking out the Archfiend could be a very nice thing indeed. Even though we lose Kogla, still, Archfiend of the draws, nice to get rid of that. Yeah, keep it as is.
Grant me revenge. And if you do not listen, then the hell with you.
Okay, yeah. Oh my goodness, that is the keep. Hopefully, getting Sylvan Scrying off. Yeah, okay, fine. I like keeping a hand that, well, the first opening hand. I don't have a bunch of cards that I've gotten rid of, even though it is a little bit scary, potentially, but now we're in a good position. Any other Sylvan Scrying, the castle itself, Archdruid's Charm, would be good. It could be a castle or an Archdruid's coming up. Well, not quite. Still not done for yet. Hopefully they don't play Sheoldred or Archfiend of the Draws. That's going to go downhill quick. Oh, wow, commercial district. Lovely stuff. See that castle on top. Oh, that's not a castle on top. We don't need a Regisaur Alpha. Would Kogla be too little too late? It is interesting. They tapped Castle Garenbrig, losing 4 life. I'll take it, but I do imagine they have some way to gain it back. Especially if it's... Okay, well, that's Kogla. Well, not quite. Yeah, 12, 14. Okay, we're not quite dead yet. If we drew a castle, we might get him with the Tyrranax Rexes. That's good. Castle Garenbrig, you can do it. That's not Castle Garenbrig, and that is gonna do it. Pretty cool though. 1 card, poof. Turning things around. All 3 Tyrranax Rexes would have connected, which would have got them to more than 10 poison counters. Doesn't matter what life they were at, even if it was 100, the 3 T-Rexes connecting for 12 poison counters. Toxic 4 times 3. Oh, that would have been pretty sweet. Ultimate revenge, for sure. Okay, is it going to be Rakdos once again? Maybe Rakdos Sacrifice this time. Rakdos Prowess, very aggressive and nasty. Rakdos Midrange, and maybe it's going to be something else aggressive. Probably mono red aggro, I have to imagine, with that Urabrask avatar they have going on there. Ooh, that's my bet. Or maybe they're faking me out. Something like that. Now, you never know. Usually when it's a Teferi avatar, chances are that's going to be Azorius Control in that hand. I'll keep it. I think it's worth it. Commercial District to start. Lovely Archdruid's Charm as well. Oh boy. Wow. Good. It's not something aggressive. The Zagoth Triumph. Vaultborn. Yeah. We gotta send Vaultborn into the graveyard. Hopefully the opponent... Well, of course, they don't know exactly what we're on. They might assume dinosaurs, seeing the sleeves. Maybe they think it's some sort of reanimation... Okay, we got Sultai, Delve, doing some sort of stuff with the graveyard, that could be problematic. Blue, black, and green. Oh, I don't like it. But we do have the Soulless Jailer, which would help against this particular strategy, I have to imagine. Okay, nothing too bad at the moment. I mean, we do have to play Cavern of Souls naming Dinosaur, still just being stuck on a bunch of Tyrranax Rexes, unfortunately. That's just, yeah, statistically improbable, but not a 0% chance. 100% I'm not trimming. Copy, it's, again, unfortunate. Cavern of Souls, it is the only land that sadly can't help cast Archdruid's Charm. If it was any other land, we would be making that source of green, and then Archdruid's Charm we would be able to cast. Okay, well, there we go. They're tapped out. Bing, bang, boom. Love it. If they have removal or counter spells, it's not going to be doing too much. They're cheating out something. They're doing something probably painful. At the very least, we get to start dropping some nasty stuff. Titan's Nest. What is going on? I should probably read this. At the beginning of their upkeep, surveil, exile a card, add colorless. Spend this mana only to cast a spell that's one or more colors without X in its mana cost. Huh. I mean, it is a little bit scary. We'll smack them and cross the fingers. Something nasty is coming up. It has to be. Something expensive, I have to imagine. They got a lot of stuff in their graveyard. 12 things, so they could exile 12 cards, paying or getting temporarily 12 colorless. Okay, yeah, something big. Omniscience. Oh, I think it's Omniscience, maybe. Jin-Gitaxias. Huh. Interesting. I'm not too worried about that. They can't counter Tyrranax Rex, and at the moment they can't kill it. Maybe they can with some stuff still in their graveyard, but Alrund's Epiphany, that is pretty rough. Okay. You have to assume there's funny business that's about to happen when they do all kinds of stuff with their graveyard. We are dead-ish. 2 turns, 5, 8, 12. Okay, yeah. Alright, well, it's, okay, it's, Sultai, Titan's Nest, extra turns. There you go. I don't imagine anyone else has ever faced off against that. I knew some sort of funny business was up. Yeah. It is kind of cool. Punk Monk. I mean, we did a nasty thing, but it just wasn't, unfortunately, nasty enough until the opponent did their wacky thing. Graveyard Hate would be pretty darn fantastic for this, but let's think. I got some stuff to hate against graveyards a little bit. Does it hate against them in the right way? I don't think so. Exile a card, add mana. Soulless Jailer does not help with that. Players can't cast non-creature spells from graveyards or exile. That doesn't also help. I don't think. There is some stuff they can cast from the graveyard. They couldn't cast a Foretold Alrund's Epiphany, which would be pretty nice. During their turn, they may pay 2 and exile it, so we could lock out a cheaper Alrund's Epiphany with the Soulless Jailer, stopping him from casting spells from exile. Okay. Is it worth it enough? Kogla, well, I was going to say Kogla Nidaro because I was going to use it, but Kogla the Titan Ape could enter an attack to take out the Titan's Nest, which they made a bunch of colorless mana with. I say we just keep it as is. I don't think the Soulless Jailer would do enough. Leyline of the Void, of course, they wouldn't have a graveyard, which would be quite nice indeed. That's not going to do it. 1 land, no way. 2 lands. If it had an Archdruid's Charm or a Sylvan Scrying, I'd probably give it a go. Okay, well, there it is. There it is. That's what we're doing. Yeah, we keep the Vaultborn Tyrant. With those lands, I know I should be getting to 7 on turn 4. Well, okay. Send a Clifftop to the bottom, get a Clifftop. But still, Archdruids, I don't imagine they have much, if any, counter spells. Hopefully not. Certainly not too much for 1, but at the very least, we get something good coming up. Is it going to be too little too late? It does take a few turns for this deck we're facing to kind of get going, so I'm feeling alright. Grabbing another Sunken, choosing red for the second one, just in case I want to be playing Regisaur Alpha or Palani's Hatcher. Ghalta would be nice at some point, though. Hopefully. Boom, some life, a big creature. I don't imagine, again, they're going to use any removal on it. They're all about stocking their graveyard and, well, getting the job done. That's alright by me. Exile or destroy? Oh, bounce. Okay, bouncing. That's good. Well, we'll just replay it, gain some life, buy us time. Get closer to Ghalta. Hopefully we... Oh, no. Clifftop we don't need. Ghalta Stampede Tyrant has to be coming up at some point here. Hopefully they don't just continually bounce Vaultborn. Could be nice in a way. It gets us closer to Ghalta. And, well, we'll see. Okay, make the Willowgeist bigger. It's actually pretty interesting. A card leaves the graveyard, and with the Willowgeist's ability, when 1 or more cards leave, put a counter on it. So 6 or so are leaving. They're looking to trade with the Vaultborn Tyrant, I believe, trying to get to 7 power. It is kind of cool, I gotta say. If we get Ghalta next turn, maybe we can get the job done. Hopefully. At the very least, we have a... Oh, still no Ghalta. My, oh my. Well, we'll play commercial. Okay, no more mana. My goodness. That is just unfortunate. Oh my, what is going on here? Clifftop wouldn't be doing much. If I'm going to draw Ghalta, Clifftop would stop that from happening. If Ghalta is above the land that is closest to the top, there could be just a land and then Ghalta, but I don't want to take my chances. There's a very good chance it's something above that land because I have so many on the battlefield and in my hand. So, oh my goodness. Well, you guys might think I have 24, 25. Well, we'll play the Clifftop and hope we don't reveal a Ghalta sent to the bottom. And just Kogla of Vaultborn is a little bit rough. I would have liked a Vaultborn, actually. That's okay. We got closer to Ghalta, which is really the positive thing. Really what we're looking for at this point. Although if we did draw Ghalta, chances are that... Never mind. That Ghalta turn would be rough. Well, I guess we'll just watch those Willow Geist get too big as they go to 9 power with Trample. I don't know. It's been a pretty rough deck. Aggro, Rakdos, and Midrange, not quite, and then this. Wow. Who knows what it's going to continue to be. Your guess is as good as mine, that's for sure. But I'll get there. Muffin Lord. I want to say something blue related. Counter spells, I bet. It's not too much of a problem. As always, there is Carnage Tyrant and Tyrranax Rex to scare him away, bring the pain, eventually. Maybe this is going to be the one free win of the night. It doesn't always happen, but it's kind of cool. I'll take it. Nah. If there was an Archdruid or a Sylvan Scrying instead of Regisaur or a Palani's Hatcher, 100% give that a go. Okay. Oh my goodness. Guess tonight has been an unfortunate theme of rough hands. Well, just got a mulligan eventually. You get there. I want to keep Vaultborn Tyrant just to have somebody big, nice to accelerate out into. Nah. Could have been a little bit safer keeping that forest. And Kroxa, another Rakdos Midrange. Alright, well, Palani's Hatcher, that's 100% gone. I like Clifftop Lookout. Oh, and Castle Garenbrig. Whoa. Alright. Things are looking up. Oh, they have Field of Ruin. They got Field of Ruin. They're going to be taking out Castle Garenbrig if I played it next turn. So, you know what you do? You don't play it. Go with Stomping Ground, Clifftop, get an extra land. Hope it's a Castle Garenbrig. Not the case, so I do assume that Sunken Citadel will be taken out. Or they might play a creature. Okay. Oh boy. What's it going to be? No blocks. Make them jump through a hoop to... Okay, good. Phew. Again, if I had played Castle, I'm almost certain that they would have taken it out. Wait until the turn that you can use it once for an explosive amount, and now we're in a better position, sadly. Like the previous match, flooded. Completely flooded. Again, I only have 20 lands. Didn't really need the Clifftop Lookout, but what can you do? Oh boy. Oh, I never knew they would fatal push. Vaultborn Tyrant, it's fine. We get a copy, so... Yeah, literally any creature in the deck I would be happy to see, other than Clifftop. No? Oh, well, it's 3. Almost. I was just trying to see if I could... Not quite. Sylvan Scrying it is. Search for something, and then Archdruid's Charm we might use on somebody. At the very least, we'll attack Liliana. Technically we don't, but I don't want her to stick around to, well, still be around to -2. make her gone, even though I have tons of lands to discard to her ability. I just, if I can make her go away permanently, it's nice. I don't have to worry so much about the -2 or the -6 if they were ever going to be getting to that. And I have another Castle Garenbrig, which is very nice from that Sylvan Scrying. Oh shucks, that does so much. Oh, it hurts me big time. Hopefully they don't take out Vaultborn Tyrant. Maybe they will. Well, Blood Tithe Harvester not going to be doing too much. Now the question becomes, should it be a Vaultborn? I would say so. We have one out. If you have one, grab another, play it, stack the life gain, the card draw, and get to more of the bigger stuff. Eventually, once I play Castle Garenbrig. Yeah, that's what we want. Yeah. I think they could take out the one that's an artifact, just because if they took out the one that was an original, that wouldn't make nearly as much sense. Copy would re-enter and both would trigger. The one that's a token and the one that's a token, the second one. You get the idea. Stacking the triggers, doubling up, and getting more Vaultborn Tyrant card draw and life gain is always a very good thing. Kroxa, well, it's got to be... That could be a land. Cavern of Souls, let's do it. Let's do it. Ooh, lovely. Now, how much do I have? I would still have 6. Yeah, Carnage Tyrant. See what we get with that. I still am left with 3 green. I still could go with the Archdruid's Charm, but I think at this point they're done for. Oh, Ghalta for next turn as well. Lovely stuff. We'll see what they do. I would imagine we're maybe getting Vaultborn. Okay. I thought they might block with somebody, but yeah, at this point it's slipping away from them. Whatever. I don't care what they get rid of. I'm going to be drawing some more cards next turn. Basically has to be Ghalta, 100%. Oh, shucks. Phew. I'm just glad I got revenge against one kind of Rakdos. Now, do I want to do anything different? I didn't see Archfiend of the Dross, which is quite nice. It does make me feel a little bit better about maybe bringing in that Hornet Queen, but I still like Kogla the Titan Ape. Big thing, enter, fight, and likely survive whatever it fights. We don't survive Kroxa, but maybe I have a couple Koglas in my hand. One enters, fights, we lose it, play another one on the following turn, and that's still feeling pretty good. That hand is feeling pretty good. I'm going to risk it. I do have 3. I would imagine Archdruid is going away from a Duress or a Thoughtseize, but a Sunken. Ooh, okay. No turn 1 Thoughtseize or Duress makes me feel pretty darn good. The Raven Man. Huh. Interesting. At the beginning of each end step, if a player discarded a card, create a 1/1 black bird. Okay, I'll take it. You know what? I'm going to go with Clifftop. Archdruids could have grabbed the Castle Garenbrig, but I felt like this. I felt okay because I still have a Stomping Ground in hand. I know at the very least I'm going to be able to play Regisaur Alpha next turn. I hope we're going to get Castle Garenbrig, but hey, look, I drew it a Shieldred's Edict, so that's pretty good. Continue to search for that. Oh, Castle Garenbrig, there we go. We did reveal the Tyrranax Rex and a Palani's Hatcher that was above that castle. Still, should be good. The opponent hasn't played Field of Ruin yet. At the moment, I could make 8, which is pretty nice. If we draw Ghalta Stampede Tyrant next turn, it's done for. Oh, nuts. Kogla, gone. See what's on top. Don't need another commercial district, that's for sure. Yeah. Regisaur Alpha to keep Liliana down. I like that. I like that quite a bit. Trade with the Raven Man there. It's nice that the Raven can't block. I like Liliana at 1. Can't -2, at least for a little bit. You know what? I like getting rid of Carnage Tyrant. I like Regisaur Alpha for that better aggression. Shielded the Apocalypse is certainly a little bit rough, but we could just straight up take her out. I like that. Boom. Makes sense to me. Yeah. There we go. Hopefully they don't have another one. Okay, well that's not too bad. We just lose the Dinosaur token and still get to play Regisaur Alpha next turn. Perfectly fine by me. Oh, or we just get the Queen.
You won! You did it!
Oh, okay. I knew I would get revenge. It is just a little bit rough at times. You're never going to win everything, and then when you lose back to back, multiple times in a row, multiple matches against kind of similar decks, it could possibly wear on you. I mean, honestly, it wears on me a little bit. If it actually bothered me, I would have likely stopped a long time ago. That's for sure, but I know it can be done. And you guys likely know what can be done too. Just gotta have faith. Faith, and put it all into perspective. Another Rakdos. Man, that'd be 4 Rakdos in one night. Maybe it will kind of mirror itself. It went Rakdos Prowess, then Midrange, and then some wacky thing, and then Rakdos Midrange, and now it's going to be Prowess. I do kind of want to risk it. No, we're not going to do it. Oh, no, we're not going to do it. Oh, okay, well, we got it. Eventually. Turn 2, Sylvan Scrying. Turn 3, Clifftop. In the face of Boros Convoke, possibly. Or Boros tokens, we'll see. Gleeful Demolition on that, whatchamacallit, the clue. Oh my goodness, it was Gleeful Demolition on the clue. Oh my, wow. I just got lucky. I must have just got lucky guessing that. Whoever would have seen that coming a million miles away. I would imagine we're mostly dead. Boros Convoke doing their somewhat nut draw thing. Yeah. We'll pay the 2 life, go with Sylvan Scrying. If they cast the painful thing, Imodane's Recruiter, when it enters, it gives +1/+0, and Haster, it might be +2/+0. I'm pretty sure it's +1/+0. Thalia. Fortunately, Clifftop Lookout isn't a non-creature, so I still get to cast it next turn. Held off of Archdruid's Charm, but got 3, 7. We're not quite dead. Could grab a Sunken plus Ghalta. Well, that's not a Sunken. There was a slim chance. Yeah. Well, it's kind of the full... Well, it's not the full nut draw. They did all that on turn 2, which is very problematic and hard to come back from. But turn 3 would be Imodane's Recruiter for 2 and a red. It enters all the creatures they have, and they have a lot of them, as we can see. Would have gotten +1/+0 and haste, and likely that would have been lethal. 2, 4, 6, 8, 12, 10, 4. Yeah, mostly done for. But Clifftop could have grabbed the Sunken. I have the Castle, draw Ghalta. That is not going to do it. Pretty crazy. Pretty good that Boros Convoke can do all of that with only 2 lands. Nice. Very nice indeed. Huh. Well, it's been a while since I've faced Boros Convoke, but Hornet Queen, they got a bunch of creatures. Hornet Queen is a bunch of creatures. It's pretty straightforward right there. Still a decent amount of trample if we go
Ruthless aggression.
It is nice to have the trampling. I don't have to worry so much about chump blockers. No, that's not going to do it. Stomping in a forest. 3 lands, maybe any 3 lands, plus Clifftop. Of course, a castle would have been... Okay, well, I like that. 3 sources of green, one of them being a Sunken or a castle. But definitely nice. Sunken as the first land. Beautiful. Send the Cavern to the bottom. At the moment, with everything, I will get to 6 on turn 4 for Kogla. That Cavern of Souls could just be unnecessary. And I certainly may prefer 2 Koglas versus 1. Play 1, fight something, have it to block, even though they do go pretty wide. And well, Castle Garenbrig now, that would... Oh, and another one on top. Well, I don't need another one. Crazy just how different game to game things can go. Okay, well, we're not casting Archdruid's Charm, unfortunately. The dastardly Thalia, Guardian of Thraben, possibly delayed the inevitable. We'll see. I mean, I'm still going to make 6 for Kogla. But Archdruids would have been nice. Okay. Yeah, we're fighting that knight. We took 1 creature out, and we still have that creature to block, possibly taking out 2. I don't think we should be dead, but at least the Hornet Queen next turn would buy us time. And if they do take out Kogla, somehow, some way, we got the backup. I don't see him attacking. Warden of the Inner Sky is going to get pretty big. They're going to tap the 2 artifacts plus somebody, both of them getting decently sized. They have enough to... Oh, okay, they're going to Venerated Loxodon, however you pronounce it. Tapping it plus those are... Yeah, okay, getting bigger. Pretty big. I don't believe Imodane's Recruiter would get the job done next turn, and again we got Hornet Queen. The time buyer of time buyers. Doesn't really make much sense for Kogla to attack because things are going to get nasty. Real nasty. But I have 5 things that can block and will trade with anything because of Death Touch. So we bought time. Quite a bit. They won't be attacking into us anytime soon. I mean, hopefully they don't get Imodane's Recruiter, but again, Imodane's, there it is, Punk Monk, if you were wondering, just in case, when it enters, creatures they control get +1/+0 in haste. There's nothing about trample. Most of their stuff doesn't have trample, so we don't have to worry for a while. Case of the Getaway Express, we lose 1 thing, fine by me. When it enters, choose target creature. Each creature they control deals 1 damage to that creature. They had enough to take out Kogla, unfortunately. Pretty good removal for 1 in the white. If they have enough, they can take out basically anything. Yes, oh, holding on for dear life. Don't want to play Kogla, fight something, kind of. At the moment, the Ghalta Stampede Tyrant sadly wouldn't be doing a whole lot. Fight, buy some time, and there we go. We'll see. Just keep waiting. Waiting and waiting. Imodane's again, basically useless. I have 6 creatures to block and they only have 6 at the moment. Imodane's would be something itself, but it still wouldn't be lethal and they would lose most of the creatures they have if they attack. And they're mostly tapped out. This could be deadly if and when we do set something up. We'll get there. Another Hornet Queen would just continue to buy time. 10 creatures with Death Touch. I like it. As long as their stuff doesn't have trample, we'll get there. We'll get there. Man, oh, anything other than Hornet Queen, any other creature other than Hornet Queen, it would not have gone well. But we do have to maybe be worried about this case of the Getaway Express. Creatures you control get +1/+0. Okay, I don't care about that. We got lots of blockers. Taking out that Warden of the Inner Sky, possibly with Kogla. Maybe. Actually, I'll just attack with it. Take out the case. See what they do. If they take the damage, boom. Good, good. Replay it. Fight. Love it. Love it. Oh, 1 less creature down, flying. We'll just, we'll keep stalling. Sadly, it does take a little bit, but we'll get big stuff. Keep chipping away. Imodane's again doesn't win them the game. Oh, okay. Well, that's what you want to do. We'll block all the biggest stuff, and perhaps they couldn't resist waiting any longer. I don't think it's lethal. Maybe I did my math wrong. That's still good. I don't know. Maybe they just lost their patience, Punk Monk. Hey, Hornet Queen came down in time. It's pretty decent. It's a little bit slow, but we got there. Again, their stuff doesn't have trample, so if you play this, you don't have to change anything. This deck, again, is all about making a big amount of mana for a creature, usually only green. And we did chat a little bit about Hornet Queen in the Discord today, and if they got a lot of things, Hornet Queen might just be the right choice for you. Yeah. Pretty cheap pickup in paper, so it doesn't hurt to try out. Pretty nice. If it was a castle and a stomping ground, it would make me feel better. Sylvan grabbing the Sunken. Or if it was Sunken and Stomping Ground, I'd feel better. Polukranos, maybe for a deck like this, a little bit more mid-range. Some deck that has cheaper creatures. Polukranos just being decently sized, and I can have multiples because I can transform the first one and play another original copy, having both out at the same time. A little bit of lifelink when Polukranos transform. Oh, it got worse. It's like basically the same but worse. Okay, that's going to be the keeper. Send those things to the bottom, but yeah. Polukranos, decently sized. cost 3, has reach. I do like the reach. Oh, wow. Castle Garenbrig is looking quite nice indeed. Now, we have to get to a Sunken, a Sylvan, or an Archdruid as soon as possible. So Carnage Tyrant into the graveyard. Yeah. If I want some other creature, I don't want any other ramp. That angle feels good at the moment, that's for sure. Regisaur Alpha, no. We're digging. We're digging. I just want a big thing. Of course, there is other big things. Okay, well, I guess we're dead. We're dead. Tends to do the trick. Well, if we had a sweeper, certainly it could have been nice. A good old Brotherhood's End absolutely would have done the trick. We were able to make 3, and we had 2 sources of red. But getting 2 sources of red sometimes is rough. 2 sources of red by turn 3. If you're not making Brotherhood's End mana by turn 3, I wouldn't even bother playing it. How consistently, how many sources of red do you need to see those 2 by turn 3? That is the ultimate question. Too much, I think. I wouldn't want any less forests at the moment. There's enough Field of Ruin, Demolition Field destroying my non-basics. If I had 2, well, that would be rough. There's a good chance I would run out of basic lands to replace the land that is destroyed. That can't happen. It's got to be all Sunkens, all castles, 1 cavern, Stomping Ground 100%, because well, that's just plain good. Angels. Oh boy. Well, Angels on the play. Oy vey. Oh, Arcana, okay. Selesnya, collected company, it appears. Sadly, Cavern of Souls entering tapped. I mean, Sylvan Scrying, we would have been playing Sunken Citadel next turn. It's... Never mind, we won't be grabbing Sunken, because they played Anointed Peacekeeper. I'm certainly keeping the peace. Nothing's happening at this point. I would imagine mostly done for. If we don't just naturally draw a Sunken land after that, things would really have to be on point. I don't know. It took them long enough to name Sylvan Scrying. Yeah, no. We'll wait a couple more turns, but I have to imagine that's going to be it. Yeah, that tends to do it. No coming back from that. Okay, well, a lot of taxing, a lot of aggro. Hornet Queen? Possibly. Tyrranax Rex? I say we trim that. Bring in Polukranos. This. Well, Polukranos, a cheaper creature. There's a reasonable chance that just naturally we'll have enough mana to cast it and something. A body to have out. This particular deck does have a few flying creatures, so the reach from Polukranos could come in handy. That hand is, well, it's not handy at all. A little bit better. One more. Cavern of Souls really has done me in a bit. I don't want to trim the last copy, absolutely, but you can see how sometimes causes you pain. Oh, well, there it is. There it is. And a forest. I mean, hopefully we get to go off with Archdruid's Charm. Would imagine they're going to have more taxing things, but at the very least, if we get off with an Archdruid's, never mind, we're paying the 2, we're going with Sylvan, we're grabbing Castle, and then we will be able to make 7 on turn 4. Poof, there you go. Again, it would be nice. Okay, fine. We're okay. We're still making 7 on turn 4. Able to play most of the stuff in the deck. Actually kind of interested to go with Clifftop. You know what, I'm going to go with Clifftop. Get the land, even though Sunken could have been better. Oh, Castle Garenbrig was on top. We didn't even reveal any creatures. That's good. They probably have removal for Clifftop, but at the very least, again, it also has reach. Oh, Invasion of Gobakon. What? Oh, there's nothing to reveal. Oh, surprise. Surprise reach. Gotcha, buddy. Love it. Yeah. Take it. Another Castle Garenbrig. Why not? We don't need that Cavern of Souls. Oh, shoot. Anointed Peacekeeper to... Well, they would choose some spell. I'm pretty sure they could have chosen anything, and then it would have been more expensive to play. I'll choose Kogla to take out the Peacekeeper at the very least, and, well, at least things are going my way. That was quite a few mulligans, that's for sure. And we can play Archdruids at some point, hopefully. I imagine they have some sort of removal, temporary, possibly for Kogla. Creature-based, if anything. Werefox Bodyguard is rough. Sadly, they did get rid of it, but hey. That's alright. We can play any creature. Well, good. At least they do have that source of red. Keep up the ruthless aggression. And have a bunch of blockers if the Werefox Bodyguard wanted to attack and get rid of Invasion of Gobakon. Defeat that battle. When it flips into Light Shield Array, that's not so fun. At the beginning of their end step, they put a counter on each creature that attacked, and they can also sacrifice it to give their own creatures hexproof, and they got... that's painful. Quite painful. Oops. Oh, Skyclave Apparition. Oh, they goofed up. I love when opponents goof up. Skyclave should have exiled the egg. Werefox should have temporarily exiled Palani's Hatcher. But now that we have both, and we have continued ruthless aggression. The best. Exactly what we want. Don't care who double blocks. I take two things out. Fine by me. It's good. Oh shoot, Anointed Peacekeeper. 3 for a 3/3 Vigilance. That's pretty bad. It did tax Archdruid's Charm, costing 7. So now I can't play it, but... nuts. Well, now I can play it. Good. See what they do. Yeah, there you go. My goodness, that was painful. We really have to be on point and sneak things down, but I mean, we did get the job done after mulliganing quite a bit. Keep a hand with mostly lands. There's not much to tax or exile. I might keep that planned, kind of similar to mono black waste not discard. If they have a lot of hand hate, that hand hate can't make me discard a land. Usually I say we keep that. 4 lands, one of them being a castle, fine by me. It is always an Elvish Mystic though, isn't it? Oh boy, I wonder if they're going to tax or steal Archdruids or exile it. Archon of Ameria, that's okay. Castle Garenbrig, it's fine. We might see Archdruid surviving. Okay, we don't. Close, but no cigar. Darn. Draw an Archdruids or a Sylvan Scrying. Let's see it. It is unfortunate that they flip Invasion of Gobakon, but Nuts. Well, that's odd from the opponent. I do like seeing a Sunken. Invasion could have flipped. They had 3 damage. Okay. Strange. Quite strange. Huh. At least I'm able to make 7 next turn. We could potentially make some magic happen. With Archdruids, if we see Ghalta. Hard to say. Or it could be mostly dead. With Invasion, flipping to Light Shield Array, putting a counter on all 4 of those creatures. That's going to be some pretty nasty aggression. But Kogla the Titan Ape, you don't know its good game quite yet. I can still play Kogla. Actually, I'll play Palani's Hatcher, get some blockers. Okay, fine, whatever. Aven Interrupter technically counters anything, even uncounterable stuff. We just, we didn't get the job done against Selesnya, Collected Company, Taxes, Tempo. Taxes, Tempo. They have some taxing and they have that darn Aven Interrupter. Whatever. All right. No more funny stuff. OVC. Feels like a familiar name. Huh. Probably something black related with that avatar. Mysterious. Love it. Perfect, I would say. Sunken Forest, Sylvan Ground. Okay, so Sylvan Scrying. We're not going off with that, but we still got Archdruid's Charm. That's good. That's very good. Eventually. Hopefully they don't get rid of both Archdruids. Okay. One more land, you can do it. Mutavault, that's not too bad. It seems like they don't have a whole lot, so it'll be nice for... Okay, well, back-to-back Kogla, the Titan Apes, is not so fun. Commercial District tends to do the trick. I would imagine we're dead at this point. Sadly, they won because Thoughtseize got rid of Sylvan. If they hadn't done that, I would imagine we probably would have been making enough mana. The mana that we needed to smoke them with Ghalta. That's too bad. Yep. Just how she goes. Okay, well, we know what we're facing. We know what to mulligan for at least a little bit more. Keep Kogla, the Titan Ape, for sure. Fighting Archfiend of the Dross once again, facing off against Archfiend once again. Now maybe it is going to be Rakdos Midrange. I don't believe we saw any red. It was over pretty quick, but I'm pretty sure I didn't see any red. Nah. Oh, no way. Oh. Technically it would work, but we know what's going to happen. Okay, wow. We found the keeper. Big time. Sylvan Scrying. Stick with it. Good buddy. At least one turn. Oh, okay. Phew. Go with Thoughtseize or Duress coming up. Do it. You know you wanna. Let's dance. Oh shoot, I have all kinds of creatures and sorceries. Oh, nuts. Carnage Tyrant next turn would be nice, and well, we have all the lands we need now. Watch it just be lands, or Archdruids, or Sylvans. Rough stuff. Okay, I mean, I do like Carnage Tyrant. I would imagine they have a Sheoldred's Edict, but hey, let's make them have it. Hope they don't have it. Phew. Oh, good. Might just be Liliana of the Vale. And not too bad. I mean, Arcfiend is a little bit problematic. Also having go. Okay, Regisaur. All right. All right, we wait. I think we wait. I like these chances. Would they have removal for Carnage Tyrant? Good, good, good. 19, 21. Okay. Arcfiend has to block somebody. It can't block the token, otherwise they would die. That's good. Except on Arcfiend. Oh, okay, well, they... Phew. I'm glad they missed it. Oh, my goodness. We got by with the skin of our teeth. The Arcfiend could have blocked Carnage Tyrant. Carnage would have died. They would have saved themselves. We would have gone down to 6, and the Arcfiend of the draws that they have would have finished us off guaranteed, because it has flying. They didn't account for the 2 life loss, but phew, they got scared, flustered, and that's what it's all about. Just press the key. I thought I might have ended the stream. Okay. That dastardly Arcfiend. Multiple times tonight. Keep it the same, and well, we know the hand hate they might have. We dodged a bullet that second game. I don't think we're going to this third one, so I'll still prioritize having a bunch of land. Okay, yep, that's 100%. Gonna do it. Don't go Thoughtseize turn 1. If it's not Thoughtseize or Duress, I think we got a very good chance here. Okay. If they still don't, I might go a little bit slower with Commercial District, Arcfiends, or Archdruids next turn. Maybe. Nah. You know what? I'm going with Castle Garenbrig. Playing that with Archdruids, grabbing another Sunken, able to make 7 at least on turn 4. I like that better. Oh, okay, mono black skeleton aggro. That's not so fun. We might not get the job done, but we might. There is a way out. Field of Ruin looks like it's going to take out Castle Garenbrig, unfortunately, so that is what we have to search for. That's alright though. We got a replacement. We did what we have to do. We still have mana for Kogla next turn, which is good. Taking out one of those skeletons. I hope. Painful. We'll take out one of the ones that has Menace, and that should help. Go down to 2, I think, when they play Corpses of the Lost. Should be alright. We play Palani's or Regisaur Alpha. I like that. I like it quite a bit. I don't need another Regisaur at this point, but Palani's, 100%, that's what we need to be playing. Multiple blockers is where it's at now. Do I want to use Kogla to attack and take out Corpses of the Lost? I say we do that. Reduce their overall power. I'm going to guess we could be dead from that 1 minute. Oh, okay, yeah, no, that's, all right, well, if we were at 2, Shieldred, we would have lost 2 life, losing exactly at the beginning of our turn. Okay, well, we've just been a little bit unfortunate tonight. I say it's a little bit past midnight. We'll end it there. I still had a lovely time, even though it was more painful than I would have hoped. Can't always go good. But thanks for watching, everybody. Right now, later on, Punk Monk, Cut, Solar Updraft, Thunderblade, JDX. I'll get to watching that video, listening to the music that you made at some point here. But yeah. Have a good rest of your time zone. Get some good rest, and I'll see you next time. Peace.
But you can't do this to me.
You know how much I sacrificed?